Somehow, I managed to make it 16 years as a guitarist without having ever played a Strat. It's a realization I came to when Squier announced their new Sonic series. I thought it would be perfect for me to get my start with Strats with Fender's starter Strat, the Squier Sonic Stratocaster. And there's certainly worse starts to be had. The guitar was protectively packaged, so it made it here in one piece, but there was a matter I tended to before playing, and that was the weird string height. Ironically, string 6 was perfect for me at about 2mm, but a profile view of the strings looked like the Grand Canyon, so I needed those set up, and I don't hold that against a guitar at all, because setup tools are included, along with an extra trem spring. I didn't use the included tools, but I got the string heights where I wanted them to be. Checked the neck relief, it was perfect. Adjusted the intonation, and finally, plugged in. Sorry, I jumped ahead a bit there because I was so impressed. Are these ceramic pickups the most touch sensitive? No. Are they compressed? Yes, but they still have this responsiveness and dynamic range and overall great adaptable sound that I was not expecting, to be honest. it's such a fun guitar, not just to hear, but to play as well. You realize it as soon as you hold the neck. The thin satin finish and slim C shape are as inviting to all players as any neck specs could be. And that extends to the fretboard side as well, because it's paired with a 9.5-inch radius that isn't too round or too flat for most hands. And the fretwork on these narrow tall frets is immaculate. Mine are level, and the nut is cut well, so there's no buzzing. And they were the cleanest frets I've had from a Squier out of the box. I didn't need to polish them because they were as smooth as any frets could be, and there were no sharp fret ends either. In fact, I sort of had the opposite problem. At the bottom of each fret, on the edge of the board, you'll notice a little slot. I could feel some of those gaps when I first opened the guitar that night, but the next morning I didn't feel them and everything was smooth. So I guess humidity was responsible for that, because I've experienced that once before with the Schecter AM7. That cleared up in a couple days, so I say all this to give you a heads up not to panic. If you encounter this, give it a day or two to see if it settles. I also want to mention that the neck is totally stable. I don't know if it's shimmed from the factory or not. I didn't look because it's perfect. But now that I've covered why the guitar feels fun, I should get back to covering why it sounds fun. If I had to put it, or rather sum it up in a word, it would be dynamics. I definitely consider the middle pickup the weak link here, but it does well in positions 2 and 4. I especially like them both for different gain sounds. is such a nice guitar, and it just feels correct. There's something about the shape and the scale length and the electronics and all the sounds you can coax out of it that's just right. I mean, the reason the guitar emoji is a Strat is because a Strat is synonymous with the instrument. It's in the eternal zeitgeist because it's ergonomic and it's adaptable, visually and sonically. It's amazing to me that Fender is making that accessible to everyone through the Squier. It isn't like a Strat, it is a Strat. I can confidently say that because this guitar has a twin. When I acquired it, I also got an American Pro 2 Strat because I wanted to know how this stacked up to it, and it holds its own, not just through the way it sounds, but through the way it's built. The only physical flaws this guitar had were a few tooling marks on the edge of the board by some frets, and those are figuratively and literally very, very small flaws, if you can even call them that. I say that because Gibsons are full of them, and people say that's how you know a human made it, and that is true, I suppose. It's how wood works. I don't know if a person is responsible for this or if a machine is responsible for this, but I just think it's the nature of the beast. It's not that big of a deal for me. Other than that, I can't even find anything else to complain about just for the sake of complaining about something. It feels great, it sounds great, it stays in tune. I didn't have any issues there. Granted, I didn't use the trem, but I imagine that's fine too. And I have not taken price into consideration at all while forming my high opinion of this. So the fact that it's such an inspiring guitar at essentially the lowest possible modern price point is wild to me. It's really been so much fun. I don't have a Patreon or sponsors or merch. I'm a normal person with some amazing friends at Sounds who sent this to me at my request. I cannot thank them enough, and I can't thank you enough for watching. If you need any gear, including but not limited to this Strat, please use my Sounds affiliate link so I can buy more memory cards or something and make more videos that I do hope you subscribe to watch. Thanks.